So frustrating.
And the first self-drive.
You can't read a map and drive.
Brings out frustration.
You're gonna sit your ass back here in a minute and ride a little bit.
No, you were supposed to be the navigator.
New CBS Thursday.
The final Buddy Games battle.
We're that much closer to $200,000. This is what we came here for.
You are the Buddy Games champion!
The season finale of Buddy Games, Thursday at 8/7 Central on CBS.
New Big Brother, Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday on CBS.
Halloween is done. Dia de los Muertos is on, and it's been a celebration of sunny skies. I've got the holiday outlook plus your full forecast. Live from downtown Marquette, it's your 19 News.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sarah Blakely. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, a long night in the state capitol where House representatives are working into the night to vote on dozens of bills. We'll tell you what's up for a vote today. Plus, a night of hope, how the Upper Peninsula Human Trafficking Task Force is raising money for the UP's first shelter home for survivors. And another new scam is making its rounds, how the Better Business Bureau says scammers are utilizing voice commands on smart devices. Your 19 News starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 11.
It is very cold out there tonight, but at least we saw the sunshine today. Air, I imagine we're so cold because there's not a lot of clouds out right now.
I know you would think that, Sarah. I mean, we didn't have a lot of cloud coverage during the day, but we've got mostly cloudy skies for the evening. So I don't know, chalk it up to we're getting close to winter. Anyway, like I mentioned, we do have mostly cloudy skies this evening. We're not seeing a whole lot of precipitation at the moment, but that could change on Friday. It's a really nice start to November. I'll take this sunshine and warmer temperatures as we've got most of our temps in the 40s during the day, and then we'll drop back down in the evening. Today we saw a high of 37 degrees. I've got more on the way after the break.
Thank you very much, Ariane. New at 11, a UP organization is shedding light on human trafficking and raising money to help survivors. The Upper Peninsula Human Trafficking Task Force is partnering with Sacred Beginnings, Michigan's first human trafficking survivor transitional program based in Grand Rapids, to host a Night of Hope. The organization's aim to open the UP's very first shelter for survivors of human trafficking. Tonight's fundraiser not only raised money for the cause, but was also a cry of hope.
Person has a sacred beginning, even if they in their life end up being wronged, and assaulted.
So these nights of hope is letting victims know we're here, we're coming, hold on, we're coming.
A second Night of Hope is tomorrow night at the Continental Fire Company in Houghton, and a third one is Friday in Sault Ste. Marie. For more information or to donate, visit WZMQ19.com. The Oscar G. Johnson VA Medical Center is highlighting Native American culture for the start of Native American Heritage Month. The VA's Native American Program Manager led a virtual discussion today called Cultural Considerations. It was focused on the unique challenges faced by Native American veterans. The discussion covered a wide range of topics from cultural diversity to communication styles and gender roles. The presentation stressed the importance of seeking information directly from Native veterans and communities.
Not always hear the same verbiage that you might hear from a non-Native veteran. So if a traditional Native veteran comes in, they might not say I'm depressed, but they might say I have a heavy heart, as an example.
Attendees were also encouraged to engage in dialogues, attend events, and support organizations working with Native American veterans. Today, two Delta County organizations came together to kick off National Hospice Month. UP Health System Hospice and OSF Hospice met on the street corner of Escanaba's Seventh-day Adventist Church pantry for Bells for Hospice. The Escanaba High School Choir began the event by singing Hallelujah. Hospice workers, volunteers, and community supporters then rang bells in recognition of those who are or who have been in hospice care, as well as those who need end-of-life services.
Hospice in general is something that everyone needs, and it's something to be celebrated to go on the next journey of your life. You are not alone, and we are always here as a group to get through it all together.
If you or a loved one are interested in learning more about hospice care through UP Health System or OSF, just visit WZMQ19.com. Your smartphone could leave you a victim of a scam. While it's convenient to use voice search apps like Siri or Alexa to help you find information, the BBB says scammers are finding new ways to manipulate unsuspecting people who are using those time-saving search options. Tiana Baxter explains.
Scammers are getting smarter by the day. Officials warning of a scam linked to using your smartphone's voice search engine, specifically to find numbers to companies or businesses.
If you need the phone number for a particular company, so you ask, Google, Siri, or Alexa to find and dial the number for you. But when the company's representative or so-called representative answers, you start to notice some red flags.
That's right. Scammers are creating fake customer service numbers that will appear in search results when you use search by voice. They are fully aware people rely on the convenient features of their cell phone. They have devised ways to trick smartphone users into paying fees for services, redirecting you to a website designed to steal your information, or claiming they can't help you with your issue without a payment. This is a huge red flag.
A customer tried using voice search to contact Roku with a question about setting up their device. So instead, someone pretending to be the Roku representative charged them $80 for an activation fee for a service that doesn't even exist.
The Better Business Bureau says to avoid falling victim to a scam like this, verify support phone numbers. Watch out for phony ads, as they may have fake customer service numbers and may be difficult to tell if these ads are real or not when using voice search. Go straight to the source. If you need to contact a company for support, use their mobile app or go to their official website. Use a credit card for payment. It's a lot easier to dispute credit card payments, but using a prepaid debit card or wire transfer is much more difficult to get back. And if you do fall victim, officials say to report it immediately.
Because your stories can help prevent other folks from falling victim to the same scams.
Officials with the BBB suggest if you do fall victim to any type of scam, to report it to their scam tracker. Escanaba's Delta Animal Shelter has been recognized for its work to care and find homes for all animals. The Best Friends Animal Society has awarded the shelter no-kill status for 2022. To qualify, shelters must have a save rate of more than 90%. The Delta Animal Shelter saved 98% of dogs and cats that came in last year, with the other 2% being severe injuries or medical issues that required humane euthanization.
A lot of places that cannot function as a no-kill shelter. There's places that have a lot higher populations, and that's just the way they have to run. So I think we're lucky to be a no-kill shelter and to even be able to do that. I think it's a wonderful thing for people to know too that they have this resource here.
The shelter is currently at maximum capacity for dogs and cats. To learn more about adopting a new furry friend from the Delta Animal Shelter, just head to WZMQ19.com. After 32 years, the owners of a Delta County business are handing over the reins to someone else. The Rapid River Mini Mart has been a family-owned business since 1991, when it started as just a 2-pump gas station. The owners have decided to sell the Mini Mart to Circle K. They say while it was a tough decision, they believe their family of employees and community will be in good hands.
River is a great community, and we've watched kids grow up here.
We've formed a lot of relationships with employees and customers, all the people even from out of town that we see every year. Thank you.
The Rapid River Mini Mart will be closed tomorrow and will reopen on Friday under Circle K. Borrowers have seen interest rates skyrocket in the past year. One key interest rate is currently at a 22-year high, but it's not going any higher for now. Bradley Blackburn explains.
The Federal Reserve's latest interest rate strategy is to leave them alone.
Given how far we have come, along with the uncertainties and risks we face, the committee is proceeding carefully.
The Fed hasn't raised its short-term benchmark rate since July, but an active bond market is pushing up long-term rates. Interest on credit cards is at a 20-year high. Used car loans are over 11%, up 46% from 2020. And in 2 years, mortgage rates have jumped from 3% to nearly 8%.
These levels will slow down the pace of borrowing, which should in turn also keep the economy slowing.
Higher interest rates are designed to reduce consumer spending power and in turn bring down inflation.
But Americans went on a spending spree this past summer, and inflation has remained stuck above 3%. The Fed wants it at just 2%. There is some evidence buying is slowing. A new Gallup poll predicts Americans will spend a little less this year during the holidays.
If that spending starts to resume in a significant way in the next 2 months, that could keep the pressure on prices.
Powell says another rate hike is possible if inflation doesn't head in the right direction.
The process of getting inflation sustainably down to 2% has a long way to go.
The Fed makes its next decision on rates in December.
Your first warning weather forecast is coming up after this break. Plus, why the American Cancer Society is changing its guidelines on lung cancer screenings. We're back in 2 minutes.
19 News is brought to you by Kirkish Furniture.
Shop hundreds of lazy boys at Kirkish Furniture in Houghton. Kick back in comfort in an industry-leading recliner. Choose from all fabrics, colors, and sizes with prices starting as low as $4.99 plus free delivery. Shop Kirkish Furniture in Houghton today.
I'm Lily Simmons. Watch my reports from Escanaba and Delta County only on WZMQ 19 News.
Everyone loves the Great Lakes. They make you feel like dancing. A great place to celebrate is at Marquette's Maritime Museum. But your help is needed. The museum's roof needs to be replaced to preserve history for future generations. So kick up your heels and help by donating today. Simply go to WZMQ19.com and hit the Raise the Roof link. A public service message from the New Attitudes Dance Studios, the Marquette Maritime Museum, and WZMQ 19. For more than 30 years, our community has come through, building affordable homes, making critical repairs, and building ramps for those who need a little help and a little hope. Habitat for Humanity volunteers produce amazing results treasured forever. You could be our next hero. Volunteers are needed to provide affordable housing in Marquette County. Join in, sign up, it's easy. Go to UpersUnited.com or use the QR code shown here. A public service message of Habitat for Humanity and WZMQ TV 19. Now, WZMQ 19 News First Warning Weather with Ariane Stasic.
We've got mostly cloudy skies, especially up north. As you can see, though, Manistee seeing some clear conditions at the moment. And of course, very cold temperatures here in the interior and west side of the UP. We'll expect these lows to be in the 20s this evening. We could even see 22 over there in Iron River. And of course, a little bit warmer down in Escanaba and Menominee, but not by a whole lot. 28, 30 degrees. That's a little chilly. We will have some gusty wind moments here and there in the morning. Expect some possible wind chills going on as well. As we take a look tomorrow, we'll have partly to mostly sunny skies, and then those highs, in the 40s. The lows, though, 25 to about 35 degrees. And then Friday, we can expect mostly cloudy skies with chances of rain. Taking a look at the winds right now, we've got them coming out of primarily the west-southwest. We'll see that change direction here on our Friday. Taking a look, though, most of our very speedy winds are going to be, of course, along the Copper Country coastlines, if you will. And then we'll see that wind changing direction. We'll have it coming out of the south on Thursday evening. Could see some gusts there as well. And then Friday, we'll expect winds coming out of the north-northwest. And we could expect those winds to calm down eventually on that Friday night. For now, taking a look at precipitation, we have seen a lot of that activity down in Wisconsin as well as Lake Michigan. We, though, have been sitting pretty dry at the moment. Maybe some snow showers there in Lake Superior, and we did have a small craft advisory along the Lake Superior shorelines with these winds picking up as well. Taking a look at tomorrow, we'll expect partly to mostly sunny skies, but maybe some snow showers and mixed precipitation along Houghton counties, as well as right up there in the corner of Ontonagon County, with rain snow mixtures expected. Those clouds moving in around 7 or 9 o'clock in the evening, taking over the entire UP for the night, and then chances of showers on our Friday. Most of that activity, though, is going to be the east portion, but as you can see, we do have some chances of that wintry mix of snow and rain before things clear out for mostly clear skies on our Friday night, so it could be very chilly that evening. We also have the Ice Fishing and Hunting Expo, the UP Ice Fishing and Hunting Expo, I should say, November 3rd through the 5th. This is taking place at the UP State Fairgrounds down in Escanaba. And if you take a look, these are the temperatures when the event starts at 3 p.m. on Friday, 8 p.m. when it ends on Friday. Similarly here on Saturday and Sunday, we could see some rain showers, but as of right now, we're looking fairly dry. I'll have that posted on our website as well. 7-day outlook for Marquette. We're staying fairly dry. Reminder, turn those clocks back on Sunday.
Always nice to have that reminder, Air. Thank you very much. Well, it is a new month, and with it comes a change in the weather. Carl Bonack says November tends to be a cloudy month.
As the days get shorter in the fall, the percent of possible sunshine decreases as clouds tend to linger. The percent of possible sunshine hits a nadir as the shortest days of the year approach. Over the next month, we'll be lucky to see a couple of hours of sunshine every day. Of course, the average temperature steadily declines, with a normal high of 44 and a low of 30 on the 1st, sliding to only 31 and 19 on the 30th. There can still be some balmy days early in the month. For example, Houghton, Marquette, Iron Mountain, and the National Weather Service all had record November highs on the 6th 3 years ago. By the same token, freezing winter cold can be felt even early in the month. Both Iron Mountain and Houghton fell to 0 or below as early as November 3rd, 1951. The 7 below at Houghton is its coldest November temperature on record. Marquette hit a November record, 9 below on the 29th in 1875, while Iron Mountain and the Weather Service both hit November record lows on the same day in 1976. As the temperature falls, snowfall becomes more and more likely. November average snowfall ranges from 5.5 inches in Iron Mountain to about 11 inches in Marquette to around 2 feet in Houghton and at the National Weather Service site. Winter has truly arrived when a continuous snow cover is established. At the National Weather Service, the average date of a continuous covering of 1 inch or more is November 24th. The earliest date is October 30th, 1993. The latest is, wait for it, January 18th, 1995. NOAA is hinting at a possible colder November over the northeastern half of the country, including upper Michigan, with equal chances of above or below average temperatures. So if the cold develops, winter may actually arrive later in the month.
Moving on to Capitol news. In Lansing tonight, legislators in the House are still in session. The representatives are voting on bills that cover everything from renewable energy to election security. Our Michigan Capitol correspondent Sophia Murphy was there all day today as lawmakers voted on nearly 50 different items.
Today's session convened at 1:30 this afternoon. Lawmakers have already spent 10 hours giving testimony and voting on legislation. I haven't had the chance to check in with the UP legislators because those votes are still ongoing. But so far, a bill package was passed that would make possession of a firearm a misdemeanor for people with prior convictions involving domestic violence. A package now ready for a signature from the governor. Most of the legislation passed today will still need to be reviewed in the Senate before it can be signed by the governor, including legislation restricting the use of artificial intelligence to create political ads and bills to prohibit the intimidation of election inspectors. The House has a long agenda ahead for tonight, including some big ticket items that are still to see votes. The Reproductive Health Act bill package is one of those heading towards a vote. It's 8 different bills that mostly aim to continue to repeal any legal language that criminalizes abortion in the state and will be sent to the Senate for review if passed. UP legislators are also looking forward to a vote on renewable energy farm zoning legislation. Representatives Dave Preston and Greg Markinen say they intend to vote no, citing concerns over taking power away from local authorities and the takeover of farmland and forest land in the UP. Representative Jen Hill proposed amendments while the bill was still in committee that she says address any initial concerns she has and plans to vote yes on the renewables package. Officials in the House say it's normal to see some packed schedules at this time of year, but with special elections next week, a number of representatives might be moving to other seats within Michigan, adding more pressure to address as much legislation as quickly as possible. Officials in the House say sessions may end earlier in the year than anticipated, but that it's up to leaders in the House and the Senate, as well as the governor, to make that call. From Michigan's capital, Sophia Murphy, WZMQ 19 News.
Also in our state capital today, lawyers for former President Donald Trump filed a lawsuit asking for a court to prevent Michigan Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson from leaving his name off the 2024 primary ballot. His filing comes in response to efforts by activists who asked a judge to order Benson to keep his name off any ballot for president. Elle Myers has the report.
The fight over whether former President Donald Trump should appear on the 2020 presidential ballot in our state continues. Just this week, lawyers for the former president filed suit to make sure his name does appear, claiming the former president didn't engage in what happened at the Capitol on January 6th.
Insurrection, that's an attempt to take over the government. I've never seen a government taken over without guns. There was not an attempt to overthrow the government. No one took anyone hostage. No one had firearms, rifles, or anything along these lines. This was a riot.
That seems to be the crux of the argument for Trump's lawyers. According to the lawsuit filed with Chief Appeals Court Judge Elizabeth Gleicher, Trump's lawyers write, quote, "The events of January 6, 2021 were a riot. They were not an insurrection for purposes of Section 3 of the 14th Amendment. They did not amount to levying war against the United States."
The question we have to ask, has he committed a crime that would keep him off the ballot? And at this point, the answer is no. He's not even on trial for anything regarding January 6th. So I don't understand the logic behind what some people are trying to do.
But attorney Angela Baldwin tells me the law being used to argue that Trump shouldn't appear on the ballot is pretty simple.
If you look up the word engage, it means voluntary effort to assist the insurrection or to bring a successful termination of an office. And the engagement doesn't require a previous conviction or a charge of a criminal offense.
She tells me that while she feels the argument to keep Trump off the ballot has legs here in Michigan, it certainly won't be the final call.
Will certainly appeal. The losing side will do so just because of the important nature of this case.
Still ahead tonight on your 19 News, why the American Cancer Society is making changes to its guidelines for lung cancer screenings.
Tonight, Colbert's got a new late show with Congressman Adam Kinzinger plus Willie Nelson. Tonight on CBS.
We've been a big part of a lot of community events. You know, we've been to a lot of festivals, parades, the UP 200, the Myers State Games. Which one has been your favorite?
I gotta say, okay, first of all, the Upper spirit, right? Dedication, care, humor, and then that grit. And watching all of these events being put together and the volunteers, it's just been incredible, especially with the UP 200 having to pivot.
Yeah.
And that was my favorite because of how they were able to do that, but also the fact that they put snow on 3rd Street and we got to go sledding down there. That was my favorite. What about you?
I would agree with that. I mean, just the Festival of the Sled Dog was really cool to see because it was that Upper spirit of it doesn't matter if someone's going to knock us down, we're just going to keep going. And I think it was really cool for us to be a part of that too because it was right in front of our studios. Yes. I mean, we just had to walk out our front door basically and we could be right there at the festival. And I think that's really another cool thing about being right downtown is everything kind of does happen right at our front doorstep. And it's exciting not only as a news station, but as someone who lives here. It's exciting to have such easy access to these festivals and events, and the Blueberry Festival and the Farmers Market.
That was my second one, was the Wednesday night Farmers Market, and seeing all that local produce and products, especially those smash burgers.
The smash burgers were just delightful.
Tune in with me for some classical classics.
Figaro. Kill the rabbit.
Tune in with me, weekdays at 7 on MeTV 19.1. You're watching the award-winning WZMQ 19 News, live and local with Sarah Blakely.
Lung cancer is the second most common cancer and remains the leading cause of cancer deaths in the United States. Now the American Cancer Society is updating its screening guidelines to try to save even more lives. Stephanie Stahl has more.
56-year-old Joe Diana is a lung cancer survivor. 15 years ago, an X-ray for an injury led to the unexpected but early diagnosis.
I like to call it a divine intervention, that someone had a purpose for me to get cancer, to beat cancer, and to help other people do the same.
A smoker for 25 years, he had surgery to remove his right lung and needed chemotherapy.
I quit smoking 4 days before surgery.
To try to reduce deaths from lung cancer, the American Cancer Society is updating screening guidelines, lowering the age for a yearly low-dose CT scan to 50 for people who smoke or formerly smoked a pack a day for 20 years or 2 packs a day for 10 years. There is also no longer a year since quitting requirement. Dr. Karen Knutson says the changes reflect the latest research.
We were screening too few individuals. Individuals were not eligible for screening who should have been, whose lives could be saved from earlier lung cancer diagnosis.
The new guidance makes nearly 5 million more people eligible for screening, boosting the number to 19.2 million.
Lung cancer is the #1 leading cause of cancer death for both men and women. We can reverse that trend through prevention, but also through screening for all who are eligible.
I changed my life completely.
After treatment, Joe started running, taking part in 5Ks and even triathlons.
Get screened for the people who love you so you can be around for them if you won't do it for yourself. But it's critical.
He hopes more people get the message.
The American Cancer Society estimates that if everyone followed the new guidelines, about 21% more lives would be saved. In more health news tonight, a concerning report on infant mortality rates. New data from the National Center for Health Statistics show the infant mortality rate in the U.S. rose 3% from 2021 to 2022. It's the first year-to-year increase in 20 years. Among the observed increases, infants born preterm, male infants, infants born to American Indian, Alaskan Native, and white women, as well as infants born to women aged 25 to 29. Rates were up in 4 states, Georgia, Iowa, Missouri, and Texas, and down in only Nevada. And if red meat had labels like cigarette cartons, consumers might be less inclined to eat it. A team from Durham University in the UK tested various labels warning people of the damage to their health, the climate, and risk of pandemics. All test labels reduced meat meal selections by as much as 10%, but participants were most in favor of climate warning labels. We're warming up just a little bit tomorrow, but it'll still be pretty chilly out there, and we could see some precipitation come Friday. Ariane has the outlook on the way. And a sign of the season, Starbucks unveils its new holiday seasonal cup designs. That's our final story after this.
There's nothing like the feeling you get being outdoors. The UP Ice Fishing and Hunting Expo has everything you need to be ready. The expo returns to the UP State Fairgrounds Ruth Butler Building. Inside, discover great sponsors with everything from bait to rods and reels. Mark it down now on your calendar, November 3rd through the 5th at the UP State Fairgrounds. the UP Ice Fishing and Hunting Expo, brought to you by the Daily Press and WZMQ 19 News.
Tonight, Colbert's got a new late show with Congressman Adam Kinzinger plus Willie Nelson. Tonight on CBS.
I'm strong.
I'm on my way.
The pandemic has taken a toll. Michigan's Stay Well program offers tools to support your mental wellness.
I'm strong with community by my side.
I'm on my way to feeling okay again.
With free Stay Well discussion groups, webinars, a counseling hotline, and more, you can be
confident. There's hope for tomorrow.
On the Jennifer Hudson Show, Octavia Spencer is always in good spirits.
You got ghosts in your house?
I do. I feel as if they have abandonment issues.
You must really be nice that your ghosts miss you.
Well. And an accordion player slays our spotlight stage.
The Jennifer Hudson Show, tomorrow at 5 on WZMQ TV CBS, followed by 19 News at 6.
The Baxter Family Survival Guide.
Dad, you taught us to be self-sufficient.
And yet you're all still here.
Expect the unexpected.
If you want money, maybe you should do what other people do.
Get my own reality show. Dad, I'm trying.
Learn to adapt.
You're gonna use a glass, right?
Fine, hand me the big one.
Last man standing.
We will be saying goodbye to the 30s that you see out there right now and dropping down into the 20s this evening. And in the morning, it's going to be a little bit chilly out there. Bundle your student up or yourself if you're heading out. Here are our midday temperatures, though, in the 30s. We could be warming up a little bit after that. Fairly calm conditions as far as wind goes during the day. And we're moving away from the evil spirits of Halloween. We are now with Dia de los Muertos, which translates to Day of the Dead. This is a Mexican celebration which honors the loved ones who have died. So it's a joyful holiday full of candles, feasts, and skeletons. We're looking at those temperatures around 29 in the morning and then closer to 40 in the afternoon there. Taking a look at 7-day for Escanaba, we've got temperatures warming up on Friday, close to 50 degrees. Chances of showers and rain showers and snow showers most likely on Monday.
Finally tonight, it's officially the holiday season, and Starbucks has unveiled its new holiday seasonal cup designs. The company describes the look as clad in holiday red and Starbucks green and a mood-boosting magenta, each one accented with sparkles for a little bit of magic. The cup themes are ribbon spool, bauble wrap, frosted bauble, peppermint swirl, and party plaid. I love that they have names. The cups will appear in Starbucks stores starting tomorrow. I'm just glad that they've got a design instead of, what was it, a few years ago? It was just red. Like,
I don't know.
Well, at least
Listen,
put a design
Starbucks,
on it.
here's an idea for you. Put out a challenge for kindergartners to draw yourself,
like
or
to color
elementary
it.
students, you know.
Or adults. I
Or
think
adults.
That sounds fun too.
I would do that.
I would absolutely
Yours
do
would
that.
have
dinosaurs.
I was just going to
with
say
Santa hats.
Clearly, obviously, mine would have dogs.
Dogs and dinos. That's it for today. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
Sleep better with a new mattress from Kirkish Furniture. We proudly feature made in the Midwest Restonic mattresses. Try one out today and compare other major brands. Let our sleep specialists help you find the bed of your dreams at Kirkish Furniture.
I'm Richard Karn, and I love my hose. My hose is lightweight.
Oh no.
My hose will not kink.
Come on.
And